for a bit of an autumn health and well-being reset. Dr Hilary and Shakira Akabusi are right here. And I mean, look at you, for goodness sake, you know, a man of 105 and looking amazing. No, you do. You sort of embody this whole idea of making sure you keep as healthy as possible.
Yeah, well, Shakira will be pleased to say I've been looking after myself.
Yeah.
And believing in prescribing exercise rather than drugs, you know, so that's good.
That's great.
But I think people right now are beginning to notice that the daylight hours are a bit shorter. They're getting a little bit resigned to the fact that the clocks are going to go back in 7 weeks' time, but there's still 50 days to go.
Right.
On the 26th of October they get back. So it needn't be, you know, all doom and gloom. I think if people concentrate, particularly as they get older, on things like muscle strength, flexibility, hormonal balance, then they can still feel invigorated and get through the winter with that health reset. I think it's really important. So what we're saying basically is on top of your 150 minutes a week of moderate exercise or 75 minutes of vigorous exercise, do your balance exercises, do your muscle building exercises and go for flexibility and you'll stay feeling young forever.
And once you get into that, into that sort of reset, and I mean, we're not talking about, training for a marathon or anything. It's small baby steps, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, September's a great time to get started. I always think of September as like the new January. You know, we've had a different change in our routine. We're getting back into a routine. Great time to focus in on health. I think, like Dr Hilary just said, mixing up the types of exercises that we're doing. So we've had, 150 minutes a week, which is roughly 5 30-minute sessions. But if you are doing higher intensity exercise, we can reduce that down. So there was a study in 2021 that showed us that if we're doing high-intensity training, then 2 to 3 sessions is enough. If we start increasing that to 5 sessions of high intensity, we can see a negative effect on our health. So including some balance, some yoga, some stretching, going for walks.
Yeah, exactly. So don't be half killing yourself, for goodness sake.
No.
But don't just sit like a big potato.
Yeah, anything is better than nothing.
Not doing... Yeah, exactly.
That's a really important point because another study's just come out saying that just 1 minute every now and again is beneficial. It has even tiny amounts.
Just a tiny
that doesn't even register as exercise. So it could be energetic playing with your children, walking up a steep hill at a good pace, carrying a heavy shopping bag. They're saying that does you good. It raises your heart rate, it reduces unhealthy blood fats, it gets your breathing exercises going. So even that helps.
Just a tiny thing?
The bottom line is anything is better than nothing and sitting in the sofa doing
get moving, for goodness sake. Get up, go for a walk, go for a run if you want to. I'm not very good at that, but go for a fast walk. You've got weights there. It's really important, isn't it, that weight-bearing when I say training, and we're not talking about doing it for hours and hours on end, but that really helps, especially women.
Strength training is so important, particularly as we get older. Our muscle mass begins to decline, and that can affect not just our strength, but our bone health, our heart health, our balance, our metabolism, so many things. So strength training, resistance training, really important. When we do strength training and resistance training, we actually cause a small amount of stress in the body and have this sort of micro damage to our muscle fibres. And as the muscles rebuild, they reinforce.
That's how they get stronger.
And that's how they get stronger. We see that increase in size. Now, I've got some great exercises that are good to get you started, particularly if we're over 50s, over 60. First one...
We might be that, Hilary, we might be.
Maybe. I'm not saying anything, guys, at 37, but maybe. So the first one, sit to standing. Super simple, and it looks really simple, but we're working on strengthening the lower body, increasing that muscle mass, and it's also a really functional day-to-day movement.
You can do that when you're watching the telly, right?
Exactly. Everyone can do it right now.
Do it right now.
Me. Do it right now. So that's a really great place to start. Then, step-ups. Again, it looks simple, but we can't underestimate the importance of this. Not only is it weight-bearing, so we're up on our feet, which is great for our bone health, we're keeping moving, but it actually also works something called proprioception, which is our brain assessing how it's moving in a space, so our body is moving. So judging how high we need to step up onto the platform. And we can make that slightly more challenging by stepping sideways. So again, getting our brain to really work as well.
And this is simple to do.
Simple.
We're not asking people to go out and buy huge equipment. You don't need to have weights. You can just
don't need to have weights. We're actually not using them today. For the next one again, body weight movement, calf raises. Now, I really love this because not only are we working on balance and stability when we're up on our toes and also strengthening our ankles, but we're also strengthening our calves, and the calves are known as the second heart. So the calves help to pump the blood flow from our lower extremities back up towards our heart, redistributing that blood flow around the body, helping us to feel energised. You know, really...
Fantastic.
Really
so all of that you're doing there, how many of those should you do? Is it just like maybe you do 5 minutes and then you just work?
I mean, you mentioned doing a minute of exercise. Let's just start with doing a minute of each of them first thing in the morning, and if you can, again, then into the evening.
And it's that thing as well, if you get into it, if you sort of say to yourself, right, I'll get up, I'll brush my teeth, I'll do all that I'm going to do, and that becomes part of your routine.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know, after a couple of weeks, you just do it.
Yeah.
Don't you? Do you not find that?
Yeah, absolutely. It becomes a routine. And it doesn't take long. It strengthens the bones, it keeps the tendons and ligaments strong. It's good all round, and it makes you feel good, makes you feel better.
That's the thing, you do feel better when you are healthy, and it makes you sleep better and all of these other things. And, you know, we shouldn't just sit on a boat. It's very tempting just to sit and watch, you know, telly and eat chocolate, and it's fabulous.
And the more we move, the more energy we're actually going to create in the body.
See, I always remember Hilary saying that to me 100 years ago when we were on TVAM, and you said, exercise, and I was saying, how can you possibly feel less tired after exercise? But it's absolutely true. Thank you both. Thank you so much, and everybody can have a wee go at that and see how you get on.
Looking for more health and wellness content? Well, there's plenty more really useful information right here on our channel. How about you check out this one?